Hello, and welcome to episode 8, Keeping Track of Knits'n'Giggles podcast. I'm Brandy.
I'm Debbie.
And I'm very excited to be here today.
Yay.
Our podcast is about knitting, in case you weren't aware.
It is about knitting and books and fiber and all those things that we like.
And whatever else we decide to chat about.
Yeah.
We kind of go on tangents sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. It's fun. All right. What are you wearing?
Well, you had reminded me the other day that I hadn't worn this on the podcast, so I figured that I would. This is the Catbells sweater by Megan Nodecker. The pattern is Megan Nodecker, Pip and Pin. And the yarn I forget. That Yarn Habit, maybe? What yarn was this? And the colorway is patina, but I don't remember the dye.
Midnight Yarns.
Midnight Yarns, that's right. And it's patina. So
It's beautiful.
you can see. And I did a split hem and did the back longer.
I love that color.
Maybe right here, right now, I'll rip the sleeve out and make it shorter.
I actually, when you first sat down, I'm like, oh, you fixed your sleeves.
I did not.
One sleeve that's tiny bit longer, but you can't even tell. And even then, you really can't tell.
It's like 2 inches longer.
It doesn't look like it.
Well, it annoys me because
Yeah.
this one doesn't hang over my hand, but this one
This one
does.
Yeah.
So I need to fix it
I
one
love
day.
that color.
One day. But then after wearing this last week, I did decide that I think I'm going to use that sloth yarn to make the cardigan version because I think I would wear it more than that colorway in a vest.
Fair.
So if you've watched our last podcast, you'll know what we're talking about. But I'm going to use the Catbells cardigan and knit that one next, I think.
Where are your earrings from?
Oh,
Those are beautiful. Did you buy those at the market?
No.
Okay. I was like, if those were there and I didn't see them.
No. These are Birdie Parker.
They're gorgeous.
So they're like a knit pattern.
Like a braid pattern. Oh, there you go. I
Sort
love
of.
those.
Yeah.
Birdie Parker?
Birdie Parker. She's in the States. I think
okay.
California maybe.
Ooh,
But she does necklaces and earrings and
I love copper
like
jewelry.
silver ones as well as like this copper.
Cool.
And then she does like crochet, like the stitch pattern on them is different. Like there's different stitch patterns.
That's
So
it's
there's
like
garter and then there's like crochet ones I think too.
So they're actually meant to be knit. It wasn't just like
Yeah.
a coincidence.
No, they're meant to be.
Oh man, now I want a pair.
I know. I ordered them a couple years ago actually.
Oh, neat.
I like these ones. And they weren't that expensive, I don't think.
They're pretty affordable.
Or I probably wouldn't have bought them.
I am wearing not a sweater.
What is that?
This is the Pyrite Bandana, and it's crochet, and I designed it.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple years ago. The yarn, I was trying to think of her name. This yarn is Jenny, Boss Lady.
Oh.
It took me, it's not in my show notes.
I love Boss Lady.
She retired from making yarn, but her colorways are amazing. And yeah, in 2020, I grabbed this was a sock skein that I had purchased from her prior, and I was crocheting, not knitting, so I wasn't making socks. But I made this, and then I was like, oh, this would be so fun to write the pattern up and then, coordinate with a dyer. So actually, Comfy Cozy Knits, Ashley, released 2 special colorways in collaboration with this pattern.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know this.
Like
So is it a square?
It is. It's a square and it has a button. But I actually, I don't like where the buttonhole was because it hangs too low when I'm wearing it. So I do a knot on it.
You should message the designer about that.
I really should. I almost was like, you can't say that on a podcast, but
Sure you can.
Yeah, I can. And I designed it so that, it's not that this is a big feature or anything, but I put buttonholes on both ends because the striping pattern is different.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more stripes on this end than that end. And so I wanted to be able to wear it either way.
Yeah.
So I put a buttonhole on both sides. And I think in the pattern, I wrote it so long ago, I think in the pattern it just says like, put buttonhole wherever you want or put 2. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
How versatile.
Yeah. And when I was messing around with it this morning, You could also take the second buttonhole, button this, take the second buttonhole and put it around, and then it's like a little tiny kerchief in the front, like a second one.
Yes.
Like this. And then it's even cozier. Which, I don't know.
Now, I think you should rewrite this as a knitting pattern.
Oh, I totally could.
Yeah, it'd be really easy, I think.
I could totally just change the stitches.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. I honestly, I wear this all the time in the winter. In the summer, I'm too hot to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see people wearing, like, cute scarves and stuff, and I'm just like, no, it's too warm, even in the spring. But yeah, so that's that. That's what I'm wearing.
So stay tuned. It will now be a knitting pattern.
Soon, a knitting pattern coming your way. Yes.
But you can find it where? Ravelry then?
It's on Ravelry,
Crochet?
for sure, yeah. It is. Yeah. Pyrite. Pyrite. And the reason why it's named that is because one of the colorways that Ashley made is like a gold color, and pyrite is a stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fool's gold.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Wow, you're like a ninja. Okay, so
no, I have kids that like rocks.
I'm gonna digress for a second. I have to turn my ringer off because I'm in a family Christmas chat. You guys, like anybody else in a family Christmas chat? It's not even my family. And I have to tell you
this. Is the neighbor's family? What do you mean?
This is my husband's family. So technically they're mine too. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah. So I'm in this chat and I'm eating my lunch today. And okay, so for Christmas this year, my husband's family is his mom and dad are divorced for years, like 20 years. So we haven't really done a Christmas with his mom in a while, just the way things have worked out and whatever. And my husband actually is not even home for Christmas. He comes home the evening of Christmas this year. So on Boxing Day, we're going to her place, and she put me in this group chat with her daughter and her daughter's mother-in-law because she's going to come too and whatever. And I added Jeff because I didn't really want to be in this group chat without him as his family. So anyways, I'm eating my lunch and my phone is going crazy. Da-ding, 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 da-ding. And I'm just trying to eat and get ready for the podcast. And then I'm like, oh, my kid's at the ski hill. And maybe he's texting me, like maybe he's hurt. I should get up and check my phone. So there's like a preview on my phone. And one text message is from an unknown, it's just a number, no name. So, and it says, I'll bring the stress relief. And then my husband responds with, I could use some stress relief. And I'm like, what is this? So I open up this group chat. I don't know that it's the group chat at this point. It's just all these text messages coming in. Yeah. So that was my sister-in-law's mother-in-law telling my mother-in-law that she was going to bring cupcakes and stress relief, which I don't know what that is, but my mind went to the gutter immediately. And then my husband responds with, I could use some stress relief too. And I'm like, dude, this is so weird. So I called him right away.
I feel like that's weed.
That's okay. Weed. So I called him right away. And I'm like,
cupcakes.
this is what happened. And I was like, from my perspective, like, I didn't know who you're talking to. And he's howling. He's like, I just assumed that Linda meant weed. And I was like, well, my mind went somewhere else. And he's like, but you're not mad at me? I'm like, no, I was just really confused.
Propositioning
in a family Christmas group chat. I was like, yeah, that chat got dirty real quick. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was weed, Brandy. Well, you never know.
Weed cupcakes? I don't know.
I don't think there's actually weed in the cupcakes.
I hope not.
No, especially because
there might be kids
there
there.
for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a lemon cupcake. Could you imagine that? That would taste awful.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
But speaking of tasting things, not tasting awful, but tasting delicious, Debbie brought me. We have a local coffee shop called Gratitude Coffee in Sherwood Park.
We love them.
We love them so much. And I forget again, what is it called?
A nutcracker fog.
A nutcracker fog. It tastes like a Christmas cookie. It's so good. And it's pink. Which is weird.
It is pink. Mine is a Terry's chocolate orange latte. So it's coffee, but it has orange and chocolate flavor. It is good. It's not like a hot chocolate or something because it's coffee. So it's not super sweet. which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
She also brought us treats.
I did.
I'm not going to eat on camera, but they look delicious. Okay, so we've talked about what we're wearing. Whips.
I still have the same whip as I've had forever. Let's see if I've made any progress. I don't even know. Probably not.
Your cowl?
Yeah.
Oh, but you worked on it Tuesday. We were at Knit Night
I
on
did,
Tuesday.
and I think I've done 2 rows since then.
Ooh.
But it's like slowly coming along. Actually, we'll go this way. So it's getting there.
Nice.
I take it to bed, and I'm like, I'm gonna knit in bed while I watch TV. And then I get into bed, and I pick up my phone, and then I look at my phone for a minute, and then I go to sleep. So I wake up in the morning, and my knitting's sitting on my nightstand, and I'm like, I didn't knit on it again. It's like every day this happens.
Well, that's fine. Sometimes
I know.
you knit and sometimes you don't.
And I did knit another of the ear warmers, the purple one, for my niece. Yes. But I did not bring
You
it.
got a finished object. So
Yeah.
I'm still working on my Suri shirts, which I've made a small amount of progress on since the last time, like probably a few rounds. But and I got these cute stitch markers from our Fiddlesticks Knit. One of the ladies brought us stitch markers and a little present, and they're like cutest little sweaters.
Did I bring them?
I said stitch markers. I meant stitch stoppers.
Did I bring mine?
Oh yeah, did you get something different?
I did.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I did bring mine. I can show that in Acquirements later.
Okay. Ooh, and then I have another thing to show off. Okay, so this might be why I texted you last night because I was so excited.
Okay.
I bound off the shoulders.
Oh my god.
Right? I was so excited binding off my shoulders that I forgot to bind them off. I knit all the stitches together. You know, in a 3-needle bind off, you like knit them together and then you bind off one.
Yeah.
I knit the whole thing, then got to the end and was like, what's wrong here?
I didn't actually bind them off.
I didn't bind them off. Yes.
Oh my god.
I know, it's so great.
And did you try it on?
I did.
And
So
it's good?
it is. Okay, so the frame is supposed to have ease. I tried on over a t-shirt, but it is definitely fitted. More than positive ease.
That's a stitch marker. I'm like, what is stuck to this?
That's the front. It tells me that it's front. So yeah, it's a little bit more fitted than I thought it was going to be, but I think it's because of my color work. In hindsight, I probably should have went up a needle size, but I think it'll block enough. It still fits. Like Jeff was like, oh, I really hope it, because I had texted him about it. And he's like, well, I really hope it fits. I was like, no, it fits. Like, I'll wear it. Like, it's not too tight.
God.
But I had hoped for it to be a little oversized.
But it'll block a little bit
I think
bigger.
it will block a little bit bigger.
I wish people could see, well, you posted it on our Instagram, like see the flecks of rust that's in this
Black.
charcoal
Yeah.
color black. Like, it will not show on camera.
It doesn't really show. It's stunning. Like, it looks black and white, but it's not.
Like, there's like flecks of orange. You might be able to see some of them.
Yeah, yeah, if you look on our Instagram, I took a shot of the yarn, a chunk of it before I wound it, and it was on my Swift, and it just shows you like these amazing rust speckles. And like you can see them in person, but not on camera. Like they're gorgeous.
I love it.
I know.
The colors together are just amazing. The contrast.
And now it's sleeves.
You could like hang it on your wall.
You know, when you're holding it up, I'm like, the pattern is so visible. When I'm working it, it's not as visible to me, but like looking at that now, it's just like
from a distance, like you
stunning.
can like super see the motif. It's
when I was on Ravelry last night looking at patterns, I scrolled all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to digress here for a second. The reason why I scrolled all the way to the bottom is because a few weeks ago, Debbie's like, why are these weird patterns showing up on my Ravelry? And I'm like, what are you searching? Crochet underwear? Like,
nothing.
because crochet underwear doesn't just show up for me. But actually, when you scroll way down, there are like featured patterns, and it's all random things. But as I was scrolling, there was a whole bunch of Rhinebeck featured photos, which I'm not sure because that was quite a while ago, but there was a photo of Andrea and Mowry with a family, and it's 3 generations wearing framed. So it was a little girl, a grandma who made it into a cardigan, and then her daughter who was wearing one, and then they found Andrew Mowry at the festival, and they took a picture with her, and I don't know, like they're okay, maybe this is cheesy, but I feel like just even knitting this sweater feels so community, like, because there's so many people with this sweater, and like just seeing secondhand the Rhinebeck photos and stuff, I just feel like a part of a community. Like, I don't know, it's kind of, yeah.
So one day, whenever Rhinebeck happens that we attend it, we have to knit the sweater for it, because then you would like,
so that we could be part of the community.
part of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I'm contemplating, I don't know what to do with my sleeves. If I should, I'm worried that they'll be too tight, because tight sleeves are always a problem for me. I don't know if I should go up a needle size, or if I should, she suggests going down a needle size, so maybe I just keep the needle size, or if I should go up a sleeve size, add more stitches.
You could go up one, and then you could cast on a couple extra stitches
And try it.
around.
Yeah.
To see if,
Because I don't usually start decreasing until like past my elbow, because I don't like how tight some are feel tight.
block this before you
I think
put
I'm
your
gonna do that too.
Yeah. Block it first.
Yeah.
And then it'll just make that armhole a little bit bigger, and you'll have a better idea.
That's a good idea. Because when I tried it on, it definitely is like, I can feel the sleeve hole, so I don't know that. But yeah, those are my whips.
Yay! I have no FOs, except for the ear warmer that I already talked about that I didn't even bring because I already gave it.
I have FOs.
You have an FO?
Oh, I have 3.
What?
I know. Okay,
So you pulled things out of like places and finished them?
Yes. Okay, so you might have seen on our Instagram, I posted a video that I thought was funny of me like going through all these bags, project bags, and dumping out all the socks. Well, I finished, so this sock was already done. I finished this sock, which was like here. They're a little bit big. This is the yarn I showed. It's Estelle. And remember, I told the funny story about my husband getting the pink socks because they were too big. These are too big too. And I use the same needle size, the same amount of stitches. So it has to be the yarn. Like,
so it's just not a fingering weight?
I don't
like
know. But I finished another set of socks. And look, this is the same amount of stitches, the same needle size. Yes. The same knitter.
That's really weird.
I'm going to take this a little closer so you can see. Like, there is, like, a massive amount of difference there.
Well, it's a different base.
It is a different base.
This is not, like,
It's
got nylon in it?
It does, yeah.
This does?
Yes.
It
is
it's
a
not
soft yarn.
It's not a superwash then, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Like, it doesn't, maybe it, like a...
I have the thing over there. I could go look.
Like, that is weird.
Yes, and like even the
look
heel.
But look at this.
Yeah, well that
I did this one longer?
Yes.
Okay. But like, okay. That
yeah. And the exact same thing happened last time. So my plan with these is to give them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not giving them to my husband again. They're pink. Again, I'm going to shrink them. I'm going to throw them in the wash and shrink them.
They're red.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pink. I'm going to wash them and dry them and see if they shrink. If not, they might become slippers. But so I don't know what to do because I don't, like, I need to knit another, I have way more yarn.
This one?
Yeah, because it's the Crazy Sock Twins.
Oh,
Remember,
right.
I was just going to go wonky and not match up. But if it's going to keep coming like this and they're really big like that, I don't want to wear them. I don't really want to make them for Jeff. Color aside, they don't fit great. So
weird.
I might just put that yarn into something else. Not socks.
That's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
These ones are really nice.
Yeah, so I finished 2 pairs of the 3, and I've got the Louise lace socks. That's it. Yeah. And then Debbie.
Okay.
I'm terrible at secrets.
Okay.
Even when I do like presents. So I cast this on Monday.
On Monday?
On Monday. I played a intense game of yarn chicken. I put this in there.
That's just one skein?
Yeah. It's DK, or not DK, it's sport weight.
Oh, this is pretty. What yarn is this?
I will tell you.
Okay. It's got teal and green and...
It is from Lily & Pine, who just announced that they're not dying anymore, so I'm really sorry about that, but you can still get some of their yarns. Go check it out. I love them. It's Birch Sport in the colorway Siren Song. It's 280 yards. I thought I was going to have 30 extra because the pattern calls for 250 yards of DK weight, but I paired it with this mohair, which is by False Holly in the colorway Rainforest.
How was it knitting with mohair? I've never knit with mohair.
I have before. It's slippery.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Oh. What is this?
This is the ribbed Welt
Yes.
Cowl.
The one that we were talking about in the chat.
Yes, by Sweater Freak.
It was just released.
It was just released.
I saved this.
So we were talking about this pattern and I said, oh, I want to knit that too. And then, because I was thinking about it, I went on her website or on her Ravelry and it was on sale till the end of the day. And I'm like, dude.
I want to make that.
So I went downstairs because it calls for DK and I don't really have a lot of sash DK.
Mm-hmm.
I do have 2 skeins in this one color, but it was too bright. I wanted it to be a neutral. I actually really wanted to make it in like a linen color. But then the skein of deep or sport and this, I was like, it would be perfect. And so, yeah, I cast it on Monday.
That's crazy.
I know.
Well, now I want to go make one.
I wanted to bring it so bad on Tuesday to work on it, but I didn't. I wanted to surprise you. And I did. It took everything in me not to tell you. You got to feel this thing. So I actually really like it.
I love this design. So you can see the front is ribbing, and then it has a split, and then the back is shorter, and it's garter.
It's actually not.
Well, it looks like that.
It looks garter, but it's a combination of stitches of stockinette and garter.
Okay, so it's like 2x2.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't know if I should say that on.
Kind of garter because it goes the other way.
Yes.
And then this is ribbed. So is this 2x2 ribbed on the front?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And there's like some
short rows. So it's 2x2 opposites.
Yes. There's some short rows and some like little things to do in the design to make it fit the way it does. I love it. Like, right?
What a great design.
It's an amazing design. I want to make another one. Like, I got it off my needles and I immediately was like, I need to make it in another color.
I'm going home and making this.
And you have DK yarn. Like,
I have a lot.
Yeah. It's
oh my God.
So cozy. And then Debbie, because I was standing in front of my mirror, I'm like, you could kind of wear it as a hood.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
It's a little short for a hood.
Nana Debbie. It is a little short.
Maybe if I turned it the other way. Like this.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, so the front becomes the back.
The front becomes the back, and you become a baba. Do you have pierogies? Because I feel like you should.
So, my boss gifted me pierogies for Christmas.
No way.
2 dozen that her mom makes. So
her mom is gift ever.
Her mom's like, I want to say late 80s, and makes them. So she brought them to work the other day, frozen, and she's like, "Here you go, my mom made these." And
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to wear this today, but I was like, no, it needs to be a surprise in a bag.
It's so good.
And isn't this color just like...
It's great. I don't know what I'm going to make mine in now. Stay tuned.
I do want to make another one, though. I really do. And once I got going, it was like...
So it's knit flat?
No.
Oh, it's not?
I don't know how
because this looks like a seam.
I don't know how much details to give because I don't want to give away the pattern.
Right, but so it's knit in the round and not flat. Okay, we don't know.
It's knit both.
Both.
There is
gotcha.
In the flat and round.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So there is it's a combination. And yeah, to make the split.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I got going, I was like, oh, because there's repeats, right? So I was like, oh, I'll just do like, whatever, 5 more repeats. And then literally Friday night, I watched an entire Grocery Girls podcast, which, as you know, are long, and 2 Andrea and Mowry podcasts. And I was almost done. I was at the part where like at the end there's German short rows. And I was like, no, I'm getting tired. I don't want to make a mistake. I stood up. I was on the couch, all cozy. And I stood up and the ball, not this yarn, but this yarn, fell. And it had been like sitting next to me. It fell and it was like literally this big. And I still have 3 or 4 short rows. It was like,
oh my God.
And I wish somebody could have captured my face, because I'm sure, like, I was just like, oh. And my son was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I think I'm going to run out of yarn. And he's like, oh.
The panic.
And I'm like, no, this isn't bad. She doesn't die. He's like, sorry I asked. He didn't really say that, but you could tell. And then he's trying to go to bed, and his room is like right off the living room. And I was like, hey, buddy, like, because I was like, okay, good night, see you later. And then when I seen the missing yarn, I went and tucked him in. And the whole entire time, all I could think about was, I need to find out if I'm going to run out of yarn. It's like 9:40 at night. I'm feeling really tired. So what do? I'm like, bud, you're going to shut your door because I'm going to be in the living room on this thing. So I literally finished it.
I have to know. I can't go to sleep.
And like, as I was finishing, I'm like pulling the yarn a little bit. Like, I think I'm going to make it. I think I can. Oh, and then when I finished, I was like, yes. It was a moment.
I couldn't have gone to sleep either. I'd be like, oh my God.
I wouldn't have slept.
Is it going to make it? I have to know.
Yeah, and all night I would have been like, what am I going to do if it doesn't make it? Because I already was like, well, I think I'll get the short rows, but then I have to bind off. And it's a lot of stitches. So how am I going to bind off in a different color? Mm-hmm. And I was already racking my brain. Like, I have, like, nothing. like, nothing in this color. And this without the mohair, like with the mohair, I think it doesn't, well, maybe it does kind of show. This green, it, as you can see, it's very tonal. Like,
it has like some teal in it.
Yes,
stuff.
It is not a flat green. Like, I think it'd be not impossible. I don't want to say impossible to find, but I think it'd be very difficult to find something similar.
Yeah, you would have had to bind off with something else and then like crochet an edge in that color or something so that you could just like have a.
I would have hated that.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, the other option,
but that's the only like solution I could think of.
The
creatively.
only other option was to rip back one of these.
Oh.
Because like you do so many repeats, I could have ripped back the whole repeat.
Right.
But that would have meant going back far, because you do the repeats and then you do a whole bunch of like setup rows to make that. So I was like, yeah, neither solution I wanted to. So like it was like a Christmas miracle that I won Yarn Chicken. Yeah. And then I was like, my kids were still awake, even though the one was supposed to be in bed. I was like, yes! And I might have even said it's a Christmas miracle. And he was like, what's up, Mom? And I'm like, I want a yarn chicken. And he's like, yarn chicken? And I was like, yeah, we're like, you are all yarn. And yeah, you play yarn chicken. Like, duh. Yarn
if
chicken.
Only they understood. The meaning.
So, yes, I'm going to live in this. And it's so soft. I was worried because some people say that mohair, like, when I knit a hat with it, and I don't wear it very often because it does, fuzzes get in my eyelashes, and I wear contacts, and I can always see like a fuzz floating around my eye, and it drives me nuts. But this has not bothered me, so.
I'm like, what do I have at home?
Yeah. Do you want to just stop the podcast and you can go home and find your stash?
Maybe I'll text Chris to go in there and send me photos.
Hey, I'm just recording my podcast. Do you mind just like checking my stash for me? DK, wait, Kate?
I have all my stash on
Ravelry. It's a Chris's girl.
Okay, I won't do that right now because that'd be weird.
Would it? Oh man, that's exciting. Okay, that's all I have for FOs.
Where's my list?
I said the mohair isn't bothering me, and then I literally
now it's like fuzzing
in my mouth. Yeah, but I think it's because I was up and down. Yeah, I just want to live in it, and I want another one. And I think I'm gonna try and find like a linen color.
I feel like this would be a good gift knit.
Yeah,
because it's pretty fast and it's very versatile and like wearing it.
I worked on it for a while. However, 2 things. One, I would say I think it would go up a lot faster in a single knit. in a single yarn because
Like a DK or like it calls for.
yes, because I did struggle a little bit. I even had to fix a couple stitches that I had lost this because it hides. And because this color was so uniform with this color, I would be going and then I'd be like, oh no, I didn't actually have that. So I think it would go a lot faster without the mohair. That being said, none of her samples had mohair in them. They were just plain. And I was like, I really wanted to mimic that look, but now that I have this, I don't know. It's just so cozy.
So it's a single skein of DK?
I would say so. I can...
Well, no, it'd be more because sport yarn is longer yardage.
Okay, but it was supposed to be less yards. I used all 280, and this was a 115 gram skein, and it was supposed to be, I'll just look it up because I have it on. Yeah. It was supposed to be less. Because I thought 30 yards, I thought I had room.
Mm-hmm.
DK approximately 120 yards.
Oh,
Per 50 gram skein.
and how many does she use?
Oh yeah, I remember this was really confusing to me. So she used Clinton Hill cashmere, 125 grams per 50 gram, or 25 yards per 50 grams, and she wrote yarn amount 250 yards. So that would be 2 skeins. So 100 grams, 250 yards. So I thought with 280 I had lots. So it would depend on your skein of DK.
Right.
How many yards are in it?
So I have this in my stash. It's a sport.
Oh, that would look amazing.
So if this is a sport, if I held that with
Something. A Suri or a mohair.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. It's kind of like taupe and cream.
Yeah.
I wonder how that would...
I don't know how, like, it would
Yeah.
probably be... I don't know how it would
I'm just
pool.
going to show the design here. Like, that's what it looks like. And she has a whole... this is called the Rib Welt Cowl. She has a Rib Welt hat. And possibly a sweater. And I think she's coming out with a scarf. It's like a whole line of Rib Welt things.
No, I think I have to make it in this.
Okay. Oh.
So Chris bought me this yarn last year, and it's Le Garçon, and it's a sport weight alpaca, wool, silk, yak,
And it's kind of fuzzy.
and it's fuzzy.
Yeah. You'd hold it together?
No, I could do it single,
You could.
maybe, and just
It'd
be
be
a
a little
lighter,
lighter.
a lighter version of it. And I have 2 of them, so there'd be enough yardage. It would just be a lighter version. I don't know. Now I want to make all of them in all the colors.
I know, right?
I really like it. It's so versatile.
If I had a linen downstairs in my stash, I would probably already have it cast on. And like, I kind of digress there, but I worked on it quite a bit, but I do think that it would be a gift knit pretty quick. 'Cause, I mean, I started it on Sunday or Monday, I think Monday, and then worked on it a little bit Tuesday before knit night. Wednesday I worked on it a little bit in the evening, and then Thursday I knit on it quite a bit, and Friday I knit on it a lot.
But I think of this as a gift knit for somebody who actually is knit worthy.
100%.
Not just like a quick knit like the bookmarks.
No.
Right?
I mean, I guess what I was thinking more was like if you were in a time crunch, you could,
Yeah.
if you had time to knit, you could do it. That's what
Yeah.
I was, yeah. But yeah, see, I wanted to surprise you with that, and I did.
Patterns.
Yeah,
Do you have any patterns to talk about?
I do. I actually, super funny. I had started my show notes, because I write little notes and stuff, and this pattern was on there for me to talk about, and I had to take it off because it's Snuggle.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, this is so exciting. Maybe it's exciting to me. I don't know. But Garlene from Kitchen Sink,
Yes. I know
the Kitchen Sink Shop,
Yes.
on Instagram, she is doing a knit along for the year 2025, and it's a dishcloth, a temperature dishcloth knit along.
Cute.
And you can buy pattern that comes with a bunch of PDF documents that you can print off so that it tells you, like, there's like a little card that you can attach your yarn colors to for the temperature. If you're not aware of what a temperature dishcloth is, it was really big, the temperature blankets. Yes. So you pick so many colors of yarn, and each color represents like 5 degrees to 10 degrees. So if the weather outside was 6 degrees, you would knit with the whatever color fell in that range. Range was the word I was struggling there for. So Garlene also does every year for, I think this is her 5th year going into it. She does, and the patterns are free, so check them out. It's a year of dishcloths, I think is what she calls it. So every month she releases a new dishcloth pattern that's free. All you have to do is sign up for her newsletter, and each year she picks a different theme. So I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I actually get the emails. But one year was like treats from around the world. So they were all like cookies or squares, and all the patterns correlated with that, like gingerbread or whatever. I don't know what her theme is for next year because she hasn't announced it yet. But alongside that, she's also doing this temperature knit along for dishcloths. And I'm so tempted because I think it'd be fun to see. And I actually commented this on her Instagram. My one besides the fact that I don't know if I'm going to knit 12 dishcloths, but what's holding me back is how many ends I'm going to have to weave in.
Yeah. That's a lot of ends.
Yeah. And she said there's potentially a lot of ends, but you could hold it up the side as much as you could, which depending. And I took a peek, and I think I took a peek because she also is selling right now on Etsy a few pre-printed packages in case you can't print them yourself. And I think her range is about 5 degrees, which for us, I mean, it changes 5 degrees from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah, so you could pick your temperature for the day.
Yeah, like I'm thinking the summer, right? Even in the winter, like this morning it was -12 and it's dripping outside now. So I think what you do is you pick the like whatever temperature shows up on the internet or length of the day. But I'm not sure. You'd also have to.
I'd also have to buy a lot of yarn.
Yeah,
because I don't have anything. To use for dishcloths.
Well, and I do have some cotton, but mine is dishy and it's variegated, and I'm not sure how that would really look because you're already going to have lots of color changes. I don't think variegated would be a great idea, and I only have 3 or 4 skeins anyway. But she's promoting, or like she uses Suds by Estelle, and I did look it up because I am curious. And Yarn Divas, another little yarn shop of ours, sells it for about $4 a skein. And Garlene said, like, she did a live, I didn't watch it all, but she talks about like some questions and whatever, and one of them was like, how much yarn do you start with? And she suggested just 1 skein of each color to get you started and then go from there. I wouldn't buy more than 1 anyway because my attention span is kind of like a squirrel. Yeah, I don't know. But it's neat. And if it's something that if you
knit dishcloths, then that's a great, fun way to do it.
Yeah. And also, I think it would also be kind of fun. Like at Knit Night, we have one of the ladies is like just learning to knit and she's doing a dishcloth. And like, that'd be fun too. If you're like a newer knitter and you want something to like kind of hone your skill. Yeah. There's a group, you get to show off with other people. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, keep it engaging instead of just like a square. Yeah.
Yeah, different colors. Learn some different techniques. If you're a new knitter, you're learning to carry out the side and all of that. Yeah. So that's my one. I have more, but you go ahead.
So I have 4 patterns today, but they're all different. So they're very various. I didn't. But when I was looking at patterns, this one came up, and it is a hood, and it's new.
Is it the Sophie hood?
Yes. Did you see this?
I almost put it on my list.
The Sophie hood. So if you're familiar with the Sophie scarf by PetiteKnit, right? Yeah, it's PetiteKnit. It has been so popular in the last year because it's one of those mini. You can do the mini one, so you can do a bigger one. But now there's the Sophie hood. So looking at the pictures, I'm going to find, just the way it's designed. I'll find a flat one. And now my voice is probably very loud because I'm close to the microphone. So you can see that it's like got shape to the middle. It's super interesting. So you could wear, could wear it as a scarf.
I think she shows it as a scarf in one of her photos.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess it has
I love how that looks on the back too. Because it's like the hood is there.
Yeah.
I know. I think
so
that's
the
so
Sophie scarf, or the Sophie hood now.
I also love how she styled that with the like beige coat and then the pop of red. It just looks so cute.
People are just so, like even this one. It's like a darker,
I like that.
More moody.
Yeah, I like the contrast.
Yeah, so that's my first one. This popped up and I was like, what? Another hood. And I like it. I'm curious as to how deep the hood is, like for bigger headed people. If it would come far enough out for myself. I think I have a normal head.
Yeah.
But my sister and my niece, for example, have giant heads. And my son's girlfriend has a little head. So
it might be too big on her.
Yeah, I think it would be. And actually, she said this to me last night because my kids, they were all at my house going tobogganing. And they went outside and my son's girlfriend didn't have a hat. And I'm like, you forgot your hat. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I have lots of hats. So I pulled one out of the closet and it doesn't fit anyone. Like it just fits me a little bit. Like it covers to the kind of bottom of my earlobe. But it's not one that I will really wear. And she puts it on and it fits her perfect. So I'm like, well, now you have a new hat.
Now you have a new hat.
And she goes, yeah, last year you told me I have a small head. And I'm like, I meant in comparison to my big-headed family. And then she's like,
she's been holding on to that for a year.
I guess so. And then she goes, yeah, Adam has a big head. I'm like, well, he does. He's an 18-year-old, very large boy. But I'm like, I don't mean you have a small head. Everyone else has a big head. So I'm like...
Yes. Do you see the difference?
I'm like, as a knitting person, I like that your head is smaller because I don't have to make giant hats.
Yes, you can give her kid hats.
I know.
That's funny. Okay, so did you see, this is my next pattern, did you see that the sonderyarnco came out with the turtle dove V-neck? And like, so the other pattern is
Cardigan.
a cardigan, yeah. So... she said on her Instagram that it was actually inspired by someone who had hacked the pattern into a sweater and seen her at a market or something.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I'm not sure if it's something that I would wear. But at the same time, I feel like it's so versatile.
It's very, like, plain. It has some interest in the detail, but it's also still plain enough that it could kind of be paired with many things.
Yeah. And to me, like, maybe it's because of this photo and it's kind of wide on the underarm part, but I kind of picture this as being like a coat,
right?
Versus like a sweater that you would wear. I feel like it's more coaty to me. No.
I prefer the cardigan, and I have the yarn to make the cardigan, and I still plan to make the cardigan.
I love the cardigan, and I think the cardigan is definitely for me, like design-wise, I would definitely wear the cardigan over this.
I love the color of it and how it's just like quite structured.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I like it when designers do that though. Like see something that like someone has hacked of theirs and then come out with a pattern. It's cool.
My next one is an emotional support chicken.
Another one?
It's a little chicken.
I knew you were going to say it was a baby. It's a chick.
It's by the same...
I'd hope so.
Yes. Yeah, it's emotional support little chickie. And it's, again, Annette Corsino.
Aww.
By Knitting Tree LA. Or at Knitting Tree LA.
So it would be just smaller.
It doesn't have as much... I'm trying to get the pictures to open. It's being silly.
It's being silly. Silly Ravelry.
So this is the emotional support chickie. It does not have as much shaping as the full emotional support chicken. So you'll see it just has a round butt, like curved, whereas the full size one has looks like tail feathers because it's it goes in and out basically. But just looks like a crescent, and it doesn't have the same comb and wattle. It just has like spiky yarn hair. And it calls for Aran weight yarn, but she says that if you want to knit it with, well, obviously this person, whoever knit this one, is using like fingering weight yarn, and it's so tiny. Like it's a tiny little pocket chicken.
Oh, it is tiny.
Like, so this person used a fingering weight or something because the pattern calls for Aran.
Right.
And so it would be bigger. Like this one's a hand size.
Okay, hear me out though. You use fingering weight, you could make that into like a little decoration.
Yeah, you can make little chicken ornaments.
Like a little tree ornament, or hang it in your rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you could have a chick in your car.
I know.
That's cute.
They're adorable.
I love it. Okay, my next pattern, I searched my show notes to see if I had already shared this, because it's called the Hilma sweater. And I shared the Hilma hat, and it's by a different designer.
Oh.
So, yeah.
The name is just the same.
The name is just the same. And so the Hilma sweater is this one. And it's by Johanna.
Didn't you share this before?
I feel like I have, but I think I shared the leaf cardigan.
Yes.
Because this was not in my show notes.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I saved, so that particular colorway, I don't know if it was really calling my name. I don't think it was, because it's like pinks and stuff. But then today or yesterday, the designer shared a few photos of, I don't know if these were testers, because the pattern is quite new, but of all these people wearing it. And the one with the dark blue is, I actually went to her Instagram and checked it out. She does have a lighter color in there, but it's hard to tell in here, but the back also has different stripes. So there's different stripes.
So there'd be 6 different, because 2 on the front, then the sleeves, and then the backs. Mm-hmm. So it'd be 6 different contrasts.
It could be. I think it kind of depends on what you choose, because here there was one where the sleeves were the same.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see
Interesting.
she uses the same kind of one color on the sleeve and the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could use multiple colors. But I think that if I was to make it, I'm very intrigued by the mismatched stripes. Ever since I saw the leaf cardigan on Pink and Ink Knits at Calgary Knit City, and then the pied cardigan, which I just bought from Caidree, which I need to make. Maybe I should just focus on the patterns I have. I really like the mismatched stripes. But if I was to make that, I think I would do a neutral, and then I would do, and you're going to be shocked by this, navy, mustard, teal, like a light gray.
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah, right? I've never knit with those colors ever before. But wouldn't that look cool?
It would look like the picture behind us.
Huh. We're at my house today.
It looks, in the camera, it looks like teal and dark blue and mustard.
Yeah, it's more orange in real life. I have other colors in my life, Debbie. Jeez. Jeff picked it. But I do love it.
I do love it.
We actually both picked it. Yeah. It's beautiful. So, funny story. We were at a coffee shop in Edmonton years ago, like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. And we went for coffee. We had to waste some time. And so we had our crib board. And there was like a whole bunch of these up. And not just like these mountains. There was also like portraits of like side faces and like elephants and all these things. And we were actually both really drawn to this. And the owner of the coffee shop happened to coincidentally also used to work with my husband. And so they were like, oh, hey, I know you, whatever. So I don't remember if it was me or Jeff, but one of us asked about the art on the walls. And he's like, yeah, so there's like this elderly gentleman. He lives in the neighborhood and he makes these, he's retired, but he like makes these in his spare time with a chainsaw. So
Interesting.
Yeah, all the cuts are chainsaw. So he puts the pieces of wood together and then, I don't know, puts the chainsaw to make the lines and then he paints them. And they had reached out to him because he was there all the time. And maybe he brought one in, I'm not sure. But they're like, hey, can we like hang some up on the walls and we'll sell them for you? And they sold out. And so then they started rotating artists, but now back then they were only using his art because basically they can't keep it on the walls. So he'd bring it in and they would sell. And I was like, well, I'm going to take that one. So yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
I love stories like that too.
I love local artists.
Yes. Yeah. So. Okay. What's your next pattern?
It's a vest. So I'm jumping all over the place today for the different things that we've
I
talked
did
about
a
this year.
dishcloth, a sweater, and
Now we've done a chicken and a hood, and now I'm doing a vest. Mm-hmm. So this one is called the Snuggle Puddle Vest. And it is worsted weight.
Is it a Snuggle Puddle though? Oh, interesting. I like the stitch pattern.
Yeah, it's textured, and I like textured. The V.
And the sleeves seem longer, like wider.
Yeah, it's
a little.
I guess it would be.
They almost look like a cap sleeve. Mm-hmm. It's not like cut here; it's kind of cut here.
So it'd be like a drop shoulder. A drop shoulder without sleeves. I don't love how that one looks. It looks a little oversized. But that one's styled really cute too.
I really like how that's styled actually. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot over dress shirts like that. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to go buy a dress shirt or a chambray shirt.
So this one is by Zanete Knits, which I don't know if I've ever seen patterns by.
I love that name, Zanete.
Zanete. Zanete. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I want to say about that one. I like it. It's just another vest option.
Do you have another one?
I have another pattern.
Yeah, because I only have 3.
The last one popped up in the Ravelry feed, the random things. It's not.
Is it crochet underwear?
No. Mm-hmm. And it's not the fetus bag either.
Yeah, that was the other one. It was, oh my gosh. You can't just say that and not explain it. It was literally a crocheted fetus. Fetus. Like a baby.
Baby zygote.
In the womb. With an umbilical cord as the strap, I think. It was quite unique.
Unique.
Yes. When you get a text message at 10 o'clock at night, and Debbie goes, what the fuck is this? And all you see is a crocheted fetus bag.
Didn't you think it was a croissant or something?
I did think it was a croissant at first. What is it?
It's a baby.
I was a little taken aback. Okay, I didn't think we were going to be sharing fetuses.
No, yeah. I didn't expect that to pop up in my Ravelry.
Croissant seemed more normal. So somebody needs to crochet a croissant.
This is neither of those things.
No.
It's a blanket.
Oh, good.
See, all over the place. It's called the Paper Blanket, and it's a free pattern by Adrienne Tang. And gauge doesn't really matter. Like, you could knit it with various weights of yarn and whatever. It's a paper blanket.
It's a piece of paper. Oh my gosh, I love it. At first, I'm like, what am I looking at?
It's a piece of loose sleeve.
I thought it was buttons.
I know.
Is it a sleeping bag?
No.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
It's a paper blanket.
It is literally a paper blanket.
So in this one, they use super bulky, size 11 needles. They use Bernat blanket yarn. So like Michael's yarn in colors vintage white, bubbly blue, race car red, and licorice for the holes of the paper.
Okay, that would be a pretty cool gift knit for a writer.
Yes, or a teacher or something.
Yes.
And bulky, it would go fairly quickly as a lap blanket or something.
Yeah. And it'd be easily customizable.
Yeah.
Like add stitches.
So this, let's see if it talks about size. 50 inches by 63 inches for this. Like if you follow this pattern, that's how big it would be. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It popped up in the popular things, and I was like, this is really neat.
That is really cool.
I've only ever knit one blanket.
I have not knit a blanket, but I have crocheted lots of blankets. I gave a huge blanket to one of Jeff's cousins as their wedding gift. It was massive. Like I think it fit a king size bed, queen size for sure. And I did it in worsted weight yarn, like Michael's yarn, because blankets I feel like need to be very washable and whatever. But it had a heart in the middle. It was quite the labor of love.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Actually, we used a lot of yarn then, crochet.
So much. Like, I don't even know what I was thinking when I decided to make it for them. Not that they're not, like, it's not that they're not knitworthy or anything, but, like, I don't see them or anything. I'm not close to them. But, yeah.
I can't remember. In a mom's group, like, I want to say it was in probably 2020. A bunch of moms in this, like, Facebook moms group decided to do a gift exchange, and it was, like, it was a Secret Santa, and because I'm the organizing type, I organized this.
So other people were like, we would like to do a gift exchange. And Debbie's like, I will organize it.
Yeah, basically. So these random moms that I don't know, we did this online. So I just like randomized, here you go, you got this person's name and this is their address. And
kind of porch pirate.
Yeah. And so you'd like go and drop off a gift. So for my person, I actually, instead of one gift, because apparently I'm over the top, I did multiple days.
Oh, stop.
And I did like, I drop off one day and it's like part one and I wrote a poem with the present and then and be like, day 2 is coming or something.
I really
and I
did it. Appreciated that.
I did it like multiple days in a row. And one of them, I knit them a blanket. I knit a stranger an effing blanket.
Sorry, did you do, like, you did the same person multiple days?
Yes.
Wow. And you knit a stranger a blanket.
It was like a throw blanket. And it was red and white.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't eat.
Thick and and quick yarn or whatever.
Yeah. That's quite the investment.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking, but
So was it anonymous?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's a really amazing thing to do for an anonymous person.
I know. I had a lot of time on my hands. Not like now.
Not like now.
Where I have no time at all.
No time. Acquirements?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I don't really have any acquirements except that I did get this at so Debbie and I are part of a community knit night that meets twice a month. And we did a White Elephant gift exchange on Tuesday with snacks, appetizer, bring your own appetizer. It was delicious. I just want to take a moment here. One of the ladies brought this cake, and it has been not quite a week, but I'm still thinking about the cake.
I don't know. What kind of cake was that?
Oh, I can tell you because I asked for the recipe.
Was it cranberry something?
It was cranberry pecan coffee cake, I think.
It was really good.
It was so good.
I ate a very large piece of it, and then on top of all the cookies and things, I felt sick after.
Cranberry pecan coffee cake. So it is made upside down in a springform pan. So there's like this delicious gooey pecan-y caramel crusty deliciousness on top. And the cake itself was just so cinnamony and moist and still thinking about that piece of cake.
Anyway,
we did a white elephant gift exchange, which was super fun. I came home from that and I was telling Jeff about some of the reactions during the gift exchange, and I always have fun. Like, even if I end up with a gift that I'm not necessarily in love with, I feel like there's,
Me too.
Re-gift options or whatever. But I don't know what it is, but it brings out the kid in me when there's a whole bunch of gifts underneath the tree. You have no idea what they are, and there's sort of like a fight for them. Yeah. I don't know why that brings out the kid in me. I fought for my gifts as a kid. No, I'm just kidding. But like there's this, like, I don't know, it's just this energy of excitement. Yeah. Even if everybody there doesn't feel that way, I do. Like I just have this like giddiness and like.
Well, I did because I was like, "What's inside of it?"
I know.
I was so excited. I just want to know what's inside, all the things, and I don't care what I get because.
And I feel so childlike.
I just like it
because I go over to the tree and I like touch the presents and I feel like it's like permission to be a kid again, like, and be fun because you can like most people don't care if you shake the gift or you touch it or whatever, and I just like it was so fun. And then the favorite part of my night, which I'm sorry about this, Jeanette, was stealing this yarn, stealing my gift because someone had so our friend Jeanette had stole it from someone else, and then she was sitting across the table from me right by the tree, and I got up and I pretended to look at all the gifts underneath the tree, and then I just like scooched my hand in between Debbie and Jeanette and was like, sorry, I'm stealing this. I felt like the Grinch. But look at this yarn that was dyed by
really
Cindy
nice.
Marie Crates, and like the stripes on this. Oh, it's so Christmassy and lovely.
I like the one with the wine color in it.
This one.
Yeah, that one.
It just reminds me of a peppermint patty or a candy cane. Mm-hmm. And I like this one too, with the green and the red.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait to knit this up. And then the cutest little stitch markers, which were also Christmassy themed. There's a Santa. Yeah, so that's my only acquirement. But
Mine came in this cute box, which was handmade out of like cardstock. Now, I want to close it so we can see. And it had a ribbon on it. I didn't need to bring the ribbon, but like, okay, she made the little box to fit perfectly around the thing inside, which is a Kiriki Press embroidery doll.
and
It's a pig. Like, look at. So you embroider all like the detail, and it has like the outline, right? So you embroider all of it, and you stuffed a little tiny pig. It's adorable.
It's so cute.
So I'll need a 6-inch hoop and some scissors, which I have at home.
Yeah.
But it comes with all the stuff.
And I just noticed that there's like levels. So this is a level 1. Level 1 patterns. Hey, I'm reading that.
Oh, sorry.
Level 1 patterns feature basic stitches used sparingly over the pattern surface. So this would also probably be really good for a kid, like an older child, obviously. But
Yeah.
what a great gift.
If you go to their website, there's a whole bunch of different ones, and there's an otter, like a sea otter, and it has way more embroidery
So it's probably
on
a
it,
different
like,
level.
Yeah. So there's different ones. They're super cute, and it comes with like this little tiny box, has the stuffing and everything in it.
It would be a
Not that I
cute
need stuffing. I have a
stocking
lot,
stuffer.
but
Oh, I love it.
yeah. So one day I will have a different craft to share when I actually make this.
Oh, I thought you were going to say one day I will have time to make this.
That too. That too. My other acquirements.
Oh, yeah, I got one too.
We were all given these.
Hold on.
One of the ladies at Knit Night, her name is Michelle. Her mom made these patches like we're in a gang, and she gave them to everyone there. And the thing, like at our Knit Night, it's a craft night, so like everyone's doing different fiber crafts. They knit or crochet or embroider or weave or spin or whatever.
Yeah.
But she gave everybody one of these anyway, like even if they weren't a knitter. And there's a little crochet hook, and
I love it.
her mom made them, and they're so cute. So we
We were saying we should put them on jean jackets, become a gang. They're so cute. I love it.
And
Even
then-
if you didn't want to put it on your jacket or whatever,
Yes.
this would be so cute on a blanket.
yeah.
Yeah. Or like a basket. Oh, I love baskets. I could
Yes.
totally make a knit basket and then put this on there and I can hold all my yarn.
That's a great idea.
I love that idea. I'm full of good ideas.
And then in that also came little stitch markers. So I got a sweater and a mitten. Did you get the same?
I don't know. I'm going to look.
So I got a little sweater and a mitten.
Oh, no. Mine fell out.
And I got, these were my needle stoppers. So yours were sweaters, your needle stoppers?
Yes. Pink
Mine-
sweaters. Oh, my gosh. You got toques.
Yeah. So my needles would have little toques on the ends.
I love it. Okay.
If you're in the States, a toque is a hat or a beanie.
If you don't know what a toque is,
Well, some people
I know
don't.
some people don't. I'm not really knowing. Okay, what did you get? A mitten and a...
A mitten and a sweater.
Oh, I got a mitten. Oh, I got the same mitten. I got like the matching mitten and socks. A matching mitten. You know what that means? We're best friends. It's like the broken heart thing. You know, we need like those little best
We're
friends.
meant to be.
We're meant to be. We are meant to be.
So witty. That's why I like her.
Okay. And then I got like this cute little stocking. It's really hard to see.
Adorable.
Adorable.
Do you have any other requirements?
I do not. I spent all my time making this cowl.
Here you go.
Oh no!
An acquirement.
Yay! Your gift is stuck because of the Canada Post strike.
That's okay.
I am waiting not so patiently for it to arrive. I even had a nice little email chat with a lady named Meg.
Oh.
Because I didn't realize that it had been shipped via Canada Post. So, did you make me a bell? This is
It's a tree, but it could be a bell.
You know, I teach preschool, and the number one rule of preschool is you never say to a child, "Oh, what a beautiful tree you drew." You say, "Tell me about your drawing," because what you see as a tree, they definitely made a person. And so I should know better. Debbie, please tell me about this lovely knit ornament you made for me.
Well, I looked at a pattern and then I started to make it and then I realized I didn't make that right, so I made up my own.
And what was it? What did you make?
It's a tree.
It is a tree. It is a very adorable tree.
And it's like Christmassy variegated color.
It's so cute. It's a tree that could also be a popsicle or a bell. I love it.
It's a knit thing.
It's adorable. You know how I feel about useless things like ornaments, but I'm really, really loving all the knit ornaments I'm seeing. I kind of want to make a knit sweater.
So the pattern, this that I sort of followed but didn't, was actually a garland. So the person had made a whole bunch of these and then put them on a string.
Yes.
I didn't have time for that.
No.
You get one.
That's fine. I don't need a full garland.
You can put it on your tree.
Da-da-da. It's a puzzle!
I know!
Did you already have it when I was
writing
you? Yes! Oh my gosh, look at this puzzle. It is amazing. So at the knit night, Debbie's white elephant gift was a puzzle. And I opened it originally and then it got stolen from me and then stolen again, so I couldn't steal it back. And I jokingly said to Debbie, do I need to go buy my own or did you buy me a puzzle for Christmas?
I did! A different one, though.
I love this one. And it has croissants on it.
And tea and books.
Yes.
And the books, they look like they're romances.
They do. Once Upon a Time and a Happy Ending. I love it. Oh, I can't wait. This will be my post-Christmas puzzle.
I have 2 other requirements.
You do?
When I went to Gratitude today, the bookshelf.
Oh. What was it? So Gratitude also has a take a bookshelf, like a community bookshelf.
You can leave a book and take a book.
Yeah.
I grabbed 2, and you probably will want to read these. So,
ooh,
this one is a holiday romance one.
Well then,
which apparently the person who left it there, because I asked the people who work there, I said, "Have you read either of these?" And she said, "No." But the lady who was reading this one, finished it while sitting there having her coffee, and then just put it on the shelf. So it's like brand new, read once.
Yeah.
All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox.
Does that seem like a really small book to you? Like
size-wise?
Yeah, size-wise.
Yeah.
Like, books are usually bigger than that.
It's 300.
It reminds me of the thesaurus size.
It's 381 pages.
But they're small, so it's probably only like 200. I can finish that in a couple hours.
A quick. Well, then you should just keep it and read it, because by the time I get to it, it'll be after Christmas sometime, like 2 months away. And then this one is called The Wives by Taryn Fisher. So it is not a romance.
I would hope not. It looks creepy.
But reading the back, I'm like, I need to read this.
Is it one of a husband with multiple wives?
Yes.
And they didn't know about each other?
No, they know, though.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, so I think, it reminds me of like a sister-wife scenario almost, but the wives don't know each other.
They don't know each other. Oh, so they know that he has wives?
Yes.
But they don't know each other.
Yes, so just reading this, it says, "You've never met the other wives. None of you know each other, and because of this unconventional arrangement, you can see your husband only 1 day a week, but you love him so much you don't care. Or at least that's what you've told yourself.
1 day a week?
But one day, while you're doing laundry, you find a scrap of paper in his pocket, An appointment reminder for a woman named Hannah, and you know it's another one of the wives. You thought you were fine with the arrangement, but you can't help yourself. You track her down, and under false pretenses, you strike up a friendship. Hannah has no idea who you really are. Then Hannah starts showing up to your coffee dates with telltale bruises, and you realize she's being abused by her husband, who, of course, is your husband.
What? Dun dun dun. I can't wait to read the book. Also, that was a weird way to write that, because it's like you realize it was written in
First person,
like as though the person reading the book is the wife.
Yes,
like Debbie is the wife. Like you go to the store and you find out. Isn't it usually like Hannah found out about Meredith? Like this one, I will read back. Yeah, it says when Sadie and Max are selected as contestants. It normally be like, interesting. I wonder if it's a choose your ending too. Like back in the old days, I used to choose your ending books when I was a kid.
I just gave one to my niece yesterday.
I love those books.
Choose your own adventure.
Choose your own, and the end, like you get to choose from different things.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like this, but it seems really interesting. I'm curious to know about the wives.
Yes.
So those were my acquirements of books.
I took a book from there a while ago and I still haven't read it. The Night Circus. I need to. I have a bunch of books I need to read. Okay. Do you have anything else?
Only like about what I've been reading. So I finally finished the Rom-Commers.
Oh yeah,
the Catherine Center book.
Yes.
It's a 4 out of 5 for me.
Ooh.
It's a really good story. There is zero spice.
Okay.
I was expecting there to be, just because of the build up.
No spice, or
no, I was expecting there to be some because of the build up of the relationship throughout this book. I brought it in. I have to return it to the library. They actually sent me a notice today to say this book is super late, and if you don't return it, we're going to charge you.
We filmed 2 weeks ago, and she was already over a week late, and I told her, Debbie, that's not okay.
I've had for like a month and see how it's a 1 week loan. Yeah. And this is a bigger book in size.
Like, look at how small this book is. It's a thesaurus.
And this one's 321 pages. Very good book. Zero spice. I think there's like a couple kisses in it. But yeah,
it's funny.
I liked the story. Yeah, there are some funny parts. I just like the characters. Yeah. Cool. I recommend it.
Okay, well, if we're doing book recommendations, I read. So this book has come up a lot on a book group that I'm on. It's called Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. And I don't have the actual book because I got this on my Kobo, but
yes,
this is the photo. Have you read any of her books?
So I have, I think. And this one I started listening to, but I hated the narrator, so I couldn't. Okay. So I have to read it. I couldn't.
I went in, I read the back, which it's a pregnancy trope, unexpected pregnancy trope. So I knew that going in. I obviously didn't look very closely at the picture because he's
missing. He has a prosthetic.
He has a prosthetic, and she also has a small hand from birth. So I would say it's a 4-star for me. It was 3.7.
3.7.
3.7 to 4. I don't know. I found it good. It was a little bit different for me. I don't know if I would say, I guess it's kind of a slow burn only because she gets pregnant, right? And then, so obviously there's some burning in the beginning. There's some spice right in the beginning because it's a one-night stand. But the dynamics of the relationship, the way it unfolds and stuff, and there's all these layers of why he lost his leg and things like that. And the characters are very human. I found them to be very human. And I really enjoyed that. Some of the books I've read lately are more, I would say, surface. They're not as human. They're more perfect than they are human. And this book was really good. But what I really loved is, I don't normally read the forewords of a book, but I read the foreword of this book. Isn't that weird when you don't normally do, and then you do, and it's a little bit changing, it feels like something. The author actually has a small hand.
Oh.
So she has a limb. I don't know the right word. I don't want to get it wrong. But in the foreword, she talks about how when she was younger, people wouldn't want her to hold their babies because they were worried. And then when she had her first baby, she was so nervous because she felt like she wouldn't be able to do these things. And it was so cool to read a book with somebody who actually has these experiences. And like you can see, like I said, they're very human. The characters are very human, and you can tell that it comes from her experience. It was very real. So it was really good. It was good. It was a romance. It was good. Really good story. I liked it.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay, Christmas trivia time.
Okay.
Fun fact, I hate Christmas.
I love Christmas.
I'm like the Grinch. Like my friends actually call me the Grinch, and I'm okay with it. I have like this tiny little tree this year. We don't do a lot of decorating. Christmas is not my favorite season. But the other day I was like, hey, Debbie, you want to do some Christmas trivia on our podcast? She was like, yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure she was like, what happened to Brandy, my friend who doesn't like Christmas? But I thought it would be fun.
That and let's see. I don't know. I'm worried I won't know anything.
That you won't know anything? That's fine. So, also fun fact about me. I am A, very competitive, and B, my family calls me the game warden because I believe in game rules. And I don't believe in cheating. I think cheaters are not good. So, in the spirit of trying to not cheat, I printed off the thing because I wanted us both to be able to participate. I printed these off and then I folded the papers. But in the principle, I need to tell you that the first two questions I do know the answers to because it was like impossible for me not to read the answers when I was folding. So I will read those. I will not participate in the top two questions.
So it's just to quiz Debbie.
Well, just these two because it wouldn't be fair if I guessed.
Okay.
So we'll just get these two out of the way and then we can go on and see how I folded these up so you can like unfold the answers. See? Okay. Also, I got this off Pinterest, and here's a little shameless plug for if you have like a family, if you go to Christmas and you're like, ooh, like we just sit around and like make small talk about the weather. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting a Christmas game. I did a Christmas game a couple years ago with my husband's one side of the family, and it like completely changed the dynamic of like sitting around and just talking about the weather. We played the Saran Wrap ball game. Have you played that?
No, but I love that when I watch people play that with oven mitts.
Yes.
And you're having to unwrap things.
So fun. So the kids and I made it, and I bought all the, like, you wrap things inside Saran Wrap. So, like, I went to the dollar store and I just got, like, candy and little things because there were some little kids, and then it went from grandparents to grandchildren that were, like, 7-ish, 6-ish. So I got some like candy and stuff, and then I also got a couple of gift cards that were just $5 to $10 denominations. I think I spent max $40 on the whole ball, which I thought was a really good investment. Yeah, and I can't remember. Also at the dollar store there was like bungee cords and stuff like that, so I did those as well. I wrapped them all up, and then you take oven mitts and you try to unwrap and you do dice.
You roll dice until. Yeah. So I had the intention of doing this a few years ago, and I bought the giant foam dice from Dollarama.
Oh, that wouldn't work very well.
So
maybe it would.
Well, no, because the next person's rolling, right, to make that person stop, so then they get the ball. So
you
it was
need
just
2 dice to get snake eyes.
Right. So I bought the giant foam dice, and I'd have to roll these because we had little kids. So I thought this would be good to just have on the floor, and they could roll these giant dice. It never came to fruition, and I don't know where those dice are now. So
good story.
I know. If you want giant foam dice.
But Pinterest has tons of ideas, including things like Christmas trivia. Last year, as I said, my husband works away, and like basically because of his rotation, he has missed quite a few Christmases. This is the last Christmas that he'll miss. But so he wasn't home last year for Christmas, and I want to try and breathe a little bit of Christmas spirit into my house because I do have children. So I printed off like a Christmas categories and we played that, and just something, right?
Okay, what do you mean this is last Christmas he'll miss just because of his rotation?
Yeah, so he flies home Christmas Day this year at night. So then next year he'll fly home on Christmas Eve because it's always one, because that's the way the calendar is. And then on the year that there's a leap year or whatever, it changes one day. So it's like a 7-year, you basically miss 7 Christmases or 6 Christmases, and then Wow. He didn't actually miss that many because I'm pretty sure the first year that he was supposed to miss Christmas, the kids were quite little, and I'm pretty sure he took time off. One Christmas we went to Mexico, so he took a week off. And then one year he didn't have a job. So, yeah, he was home for Christmas. Yeah. All right. I printed off the version. This particular trivia had 2 versions. This was the little kid version with multiple choice.
Okay.
Or there was adult without multiple choice.
Oh boy.
I chose child's version. See?
To make this a little easier.
A little easier. Okay. In which Christmas country did the tradition of the Christmas tree originate? The United States, Germany, England, or France?
Germany.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
I don't need to look because I already looked at it. And which popular Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving? A. Jingle Bells. B. Winter Wonderland. C. Deck the Halls. Or D. Frosty the Snowman.
Deck the Halls.
Brr.
Oh. What is it?
Jingle Bells.
Really?
Yeah. It is. It's weird, right?
I'm like singing it in my head, and I'm like,
Jingle bells,
what does this
jingle
have
bells,
anything to do with
dashing
Thanksgiving?
bells.
I guess Thanksgiving in the States is in November,
Yeah.
but it's maybe not usually snowy. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I didn't read these questions beforehand except for those 2, and now I'm realizing that these might be too easy.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa, wait a second. What is the name of the Grinch's dog in How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Max.
Max. I'm not even reading the options here. I'm just going to double check here. It is Max. Okay. In the movie Elf, what are the 4 main food groups according to Buddy the Elf? Candy canes, candy corn, syrup. Chocolate, candy canes, marshmallows, syrup. Gumdrops, chocolate, candy canes, syrup. Cookies, candy canes, candy corn, hot cocoa.
Candy canes, candy corn, syrup.
You're going with A, hey?
Yeah. Well, do you think it's also A?
Because I'm the game order and I was going to say D. But I was like, candy corn doesn't work. It is, yeah, you're right. It's A. Candy canes, candy corn, and syrup. I've only watched that movie once.
I've watched it many times.
Yeah,
I saw it in the theater when it came out.
Of course you did. I know it's a holiday favorite. I've seen like pieces of it.
And right now, there are, because I saw these at the store, goldfish crackers
In the shape of?
in the shape of the elf hat,
Yeah.
and little bottles of syrup, and they're maple syrup flavor.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of cute actually. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
White Christmas.
Mine's The Grinch. I don't know. I like them both. The cartoon and the one with
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Yeah. I'm not a big Christmas person.
And then there's the new
movie person.
the new Grinch cartoon.
Yeah, I haven't
one.
seen that one. Yeah. But I do like The Grinch. Okay. In the 12 days of Christmas, how many total gifts are given? Okay, so you'd have to do mad math.
Oh my God.
78, 144, 364, or 120. I'm thinking 78. Like, it's not that many. No. I'm going to revise that. I'm going to go with 144. You can't actually math. You have to, like, just guess.
I feel frozen.
12.
What are the answers again?
78, 144, 364, and 120. I'm going to say 120.
I was also going to say 120.
I bet you it's 78. Oops, wrong one. Now I know another answer. 364? Oh, because it goes over and over and over again. Because it goes back and forth. Yeah. Oh, that was a trick.
That's a lot
question.
of gifts.
Okay, I gotta rearrange these answers. Okay, what is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? Unfortunately, I just saw it. A, Home Alone. B, How the Grinch Stole Christmas 2018. It says particular. That would be the Jim Carrey one. C, The Polar Express. Or D, Elf.
Oh, that's really hard. I think Home Alone.
And you are...
Did you just look at another one? You just moved them over.
I know! I'm sorry.
This is just a quiz, Debbie.
It is Home Alone. And why did I have to double check that?
I could see it being Home Alone.
Because it's been out for so long.
That and like it's still making money. Like, it's still
Yes.
played.
Yes.
The royalties are probably,
Yes.
Macaulay Culkin's still making bank on Home Alone.
And I've also seen people do like newer knitting patterns for the hats and stuff on that movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. What did Frosty the Snowman have for a nose? A carrot, a button, a stone, a lump of coal.
Not a carrot. I thought this is a trick.
It's such a trick, and I know the answer, so I'm gonna let you know it's not a carrot.
A button nose.
Yeah, he had a button nose.
Right.
Yeah, it was a button. I know. I was like, this is, and if I wouldn't have seen the answer, I would have picked carrot, 100%. Okay, what country is the largest exporter of Christmas trees? The United States, Canada, Norway, or Germany?
Norway. No?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't look at this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the U.S. It's Canada. It's us.
Wow, we're giving
giving
away all our trees.
Why are we giving away? Where is the Lorax when you need him?
I don't know.
Me neither. Where are all these trees coming from? And we do have a lot of trees.
Let's just stop for a second. I saw something interesting.
Oh, I love interesting things.
So, I don't know if it was actually for a business or if it was just like somebody making a post how this would be neat. But you get a Christmas tree and it comes in a crate, so it's living, and you use that, and each year you get the same tree back from
Where
the
does
business.
it go?
It goes back to the tree farm. I don't know.
So they like replant it?
Every year you get this same tree and it grows and it's taller, and then at the end when it's like ready to be planted in the ground or something, then it goes and gets planted out there in the wilderness.
This sounds very unique and cool in theory, but like, A, what if it gets too big too soon? B, how are we really keeping that tree alive? How do I know that I'm getting the same tree?
I don't know.
Like, what if they're tricking me? Like,
Maybe you put something on it to
Steven. This is not Steven, this is Hank.
you carve
No,
an
you can't.
S
That
in
would
it.
hurt it.
I don't know.
Carving trees? What are you? You amateur. You can't carve the tree. That's how you don't get your Christmas tree back. Poor Steve. Do you have a real tree? No.
No, we used to until the year that we had to get 3 trees because all the needles fell off.
When did you put your tree up?
Not that much sooner than Christmas. Like, as a child, we always had real trees.
Yeah.
My dad always went out and got real trees. There was the year that he went and cut one down illegally, and my aunt drove my dad and my uncle to go do this. And there was another car coming on the road, and she panicked and drove off and left them in the ditch.
Oh, she drove off like she.
I
thought you meant she drove off the road.
They were loading the tree into the back of the truck and like standing up on like the tailgate, and she drove, and they fell out into the ditch.
Oh wow, she panicked
and took off, and then she got lost. That was back in the day of no cell phones and GPS.
That's hilarious.
So she didn't know what road it was on, and left them.
Yes. And then just leaves them.
Left them to roll down a ditch, laying in the ditch in the winter. And
remind me not to have your aunt drive me anywhere.
She panicked. Because they were illegally cutting a tree down on someone's property or something. I don't know.
So I didn't know that you were not allowed to take trees out of the ditches.
Like, just go cut them down?
Yeah,
well,
like
no, I guess not.
If there's like a little tree growing in the ditch, yeah, but like they mow ditches and stuff, so it might like whatever. But yeah, friends of mine, they went to get a tree a couple years ago and they were in the ditch, and then when they got back, like I was visiting, and I was having tea with the wife, and he said, oh yeah, we had, like this vehicle drove by, and it looked like Fish and Wildlife, which is a type of police officer here in Canada, and it wasn't, but he thought it was. And then I was like, is it illegal to take a tree out of the ditch? She's like, yeah, Brandy, it is. I was like, oh, I've never done that.
But the year of the dead trees is when we bought a tree, and it was a very crappy tree apparently, and we decorated it and everything. It dried out so fast, all the needles fell off, so I had to undecorate the tree.
Oh my gosh.
And we had to haul that thing out, and it basically left all its needles off on my floor, so we got a second one. Same thing happened.
Did you get it from the same place?
I I don't
Was it
remember.
IKEA? Because I don't know how I feel about IKEA trees.
I've had IKEA trees that were great, and then it might have been those ones might have been IKEA, and that was the year we like stopped getting real trees because I'm like with little kids, and I just couldn't. I'm like I can't undecorate and redecorate a tree a million times over the holidays.
As a kid, I always had a real tree, but I grew up on a farm, so we like literally would just go to the field and grab a tree. And then when I moved in with Jeff, he always had a fake tree growing up, so we actually got one of his mom had bought a brand new tree, so we got a fake tree. We had that for a few years, and then I really wanted a real tree, and one year Jeff and got me one from the grocery store a lot. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, and when the kids were little, I always had a tree, and then one year I think we were going away for because we went on vacation a couple times right around Christmas. Once actually over Christmas, and once right after Christmas. And we would go other places for Christmas. And there was one year where I was like, I'm not putting up a tree because I'm going, like, we're not going to be home for Christmas. And then when we get home, I have to take down the tree because we're going away for a week and I don't want this tree sitting there. So, and then like the year or two after we didn't have a tree, my youngest was like, I really want a tree. And so we just get like a little tiny, this was the tiniest one we've ever had, but little tree. We didn't even decorate it this year because it was so tiny. I just put a little string of lights on. It's so cute.
I'm a go big or go home. My tree's 9 feet tall.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of time and energy put into it.
It is.
Mine took me like no time at all.
And mine is fake, and it still is a lot of time and energy.
All right.
Next question.
Okay, next question. What Christmas decoration is actually a parasitic plant? Holly, ivy, mistletoe, or poinsettia?
Parasitic plant.
I'm gonna go with ivy. That seems almost too obvious.
Mistletoe?
Okay, if you're saying mistletoe, I'm gonna say holly.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Debbie's right. It's mistletoe.
Oh.
Parasitic.
I want fact. I want information.
Follow-up information?
Yeah.
How is it parasitic?
Yeah.
Okay. In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, what is Mr. Scrooge's first name? I'm not even reading the options. It's Ebenezer.
Yes, it is.
It's Ebenezer. Okay, so that was a little too easy, but it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. Maybe we can find knitting trivia. That would be fun.
I would fail.
You don't know that, Debbie Downer. I didn't even think about that when I said that. If only your name was Nancy. Negative Nancy. Too funny. I don't think I have anything else, do you?
No.
This was so much fun though. We're coming back in the New Year's. Do you make New Year's resolutions? I almost said reservations.
I didn't make any reservations, and I probably won't make a resolution.
Yeah, me neither. Not really into that.
No.
Do you have holiday plans? New Year's plans?
No. Not New Year's, no. We had Christmas last night, though.
I seen that on Instagram. I didn't even know you were having.
Really? I didn't say this?
No.
Just
Also,
the way it worked out with
was your
family.
sister there? Because
Yes.
I've seen her kids, but I didn't see.
She was there.
Oh. Who were the 5 adults? This was a puzzle for me.
Oh.
Like, who are the 5 adults? I figured out the 5 kids. You're counting Adam as a kid.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Because he's my kid.
Yes.
Myself and Chris and my sister and my brother and his husband Levi.
Oh, so no, your sister.
Matt wasn't there.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is why we did it, because my sister is no longer with her ex and they share custody of children, and they trade on Christmas Day at like halfway through the day. So we didn't want to do something on Christmas Eve where we're giving my nieces are little, so giving them presents and then they don't get to enjoy them because then they get up the next day and go to their dad's. Mm-hmm. So we thought, let's do this a little earlier. And then it also just worked out because my sister's fiance also has his kids for Christmas. So it's the first year them as a family of 6 will be together Christmas Eve, Christmas morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So they're like in the same house. Like they've had Christmas together, but they weren't living together at the time.
Right.
So now they're living together, all 6 of them together. So that Christmas Eve, and then my brother and his husband are busy Christmas Eve and going to his families, like brother-in-law's families. So that's why we did Christmas super early. We did it last night.
That's not that early though. It's like the 21st.
Yeah, I know.
Basically
Like
had
the
solstice.
weekend before.
Oh,
yes.
No, yesterday was 20.
It was
Yeah,
yesterday,
21st,
solstice. And it was really nice weather. It was like warm yesterday and last night. So they were like outside. They went sledding. They went skating yesterday. They used the telescope on the deck outside and looked at planets and stars and presents. And we had like snack food, and my brother brought pizza.
I love snackatizers.
Yeah, that's basically spring rolls and bacon wrapped things and
yum.
yeah. So, and other than that, Christmas Eve we will see my sister and nieces on Christmas Eve also, but not my brother. So Christmas Eve we're going sledding.
Nice.
And then Christmas Day it's just my family.
And the weather's gonna be nice.
Yes. So it's great. It's all working out.
It's all working out. All according to plan.
All these plans that we made weeks ago are actually going to happen.
That's good. And you it's nice to have nice weather over Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe a magical little snow just to make it.
We have enough snow. I'm good.
Yeah, but there is nothing like seeing fresh big drops of flakes of whatever.
It's
Snow.
true, but then I have to have somebody's spouse come and clear my driveway again.
Well, he will. How is your driveway?
It's good.
That's good. I'm glad.
I can get in and out, and
That's excellent.
no one's getting stuck. It's great.
That's a good thing. All right, I think we're done babbling. We'll see you in the new year.
We will.
Yeah.
We picked a date already, didn't we?
Yes, we did. January 5th. So
Okay.
we uploaded the 5th or 6th, whatever time.
After.
The
Whenever
tech,
the internet
the
lets
tech
me.
lady does it. Yeah. All right. See y'all later. Bye.
Now I have to reach very far.
And I was posing so you could get a good picture.
Okay.
Okay, ready? No. Stop.
I will screenshot that somehow.
Sure you will.